All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Misfit Corner Comics Presents. It's the artist Andrew speaking, and we are live streaming. And what the hell is Todd doing?
We're driving, brah.
This is the artist Dan. You're driving? Where are you driving to?
Well, we're on our way to pick up a rental car. We're in North Carolina, and tomorrow at the crack of dawn, we go back to New York City.
Oh, I thought you were already home by now.
Yeah.
I didn't realize you were bebopping. I thought when you left here, you'd be home 2 days later.
Yeah, I know. No, we left when we left Jacksonville. We came back to North Carolina, and then we went to Lake Lure. So we were in Lake Lure for about a week. Now we just drove back to another part of North Carolina, to Melissa's parents' house for the night. And now we're picking up a rental car, and then tomorrow we wake up at about 4 a.m. Throw the children's in the trunk.
In the trunk where they belong. Yeah.
That's right. I'm realizing I should have brought this would have been a perfect time to bring my little speaker. I forgot we bought a little Bluetooth speaker for the phone.
Oh, very cool.
But I'm realizing, hey, I didn't do that.
Well, this is a first for the channel. We've got somebody on the chat who's currently driving. So this is.
I'm not driving. I'm riding. Melissa's next to me.
Oh, okay. So
I wouldn't be doing this and driving.
So the smart person is driving, and you're just calling and talking. Okay.
That's right.
I got it. All right.
I'm having fun. Melissa's having to work and concentrate.
Maintain your lane. Maintain your speed. Maintain your lane.
That's
Two
right.
very important rules.
But I wouldn't miss your sexy fingers.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Hold on just a quick second. Hey, Bethany, how's it going? Bethany's in the chat. We haven't seen Bethany in a while. So glad to have you with us. But Todd, are you able to see the screen?
I am. I can see it. It's just like a regular. After Todd, what? Oh, that's Todd McFarlane. Yeah. Yeah,
that's his thing he did. I wanted to tell you a quick story. I actually bought some comics from a customer in the store for the first time.
You did?
I had a young lady in her.
Wait. That's not how your business is supposed to work.
All right, whatever. I buy comics, so. But Bethany says she's back from the dead. Sorry I haven't been on. No big deal, Bethany. We're glad to have you here. But I had a young girl come into the store with her mom, and I guess she's getting ready to go to college or something because she was getting rid of some old stuff. She had some video games and some comics, and I said I'd take a look at the comics. And the comics she offered me were like old Green Lantern Corps, Tales of the Teen Titans, stuff like that. Actually, I'll show you guys what I bought from her. And it was like 20 comics, and I offered her $10, and she was happy to get that. And then when I got home, I started going through them, and 3 of the issues, actually it's these 3 right here, issue 70, 67, and 66 of Tales of the Teen Titans. Some of the most gorgeous Jose Luis Garcia Lopez art.
Oh.
And I'm like, I know somebody who would love to buy these from me. But dude, these issues are fantastic.
Yeah, pull those for me, would you?
Yeah, I think maybe I might just do that for you, just for you.
Yeah,
okay.
Dude.
But and I was like, her mom was like very thankful. I'm like, hey, no problem. This one issue here, which I actually already have another copy of, has a gorgeous George Perez cover, but then the inside, it's just nothing but Jose Luis Garcia Lopez beautifulness. I mean,
I do not understand. I don't know. He's one of those guys. I do not understand why he never. I think maybe it was just an age thing or a timing thing, because he's been in comics since like the 70s, and he never blew up like Jim Lee or McFarlane or any of those guys. And look at that. Like,
look at this splash page. This is fan-freaking-tastic, But yeah, Dee says, I didn't know girls read comics. Well, I'm not 100% sure that these were her comics. These might have been just some old comics that they had. There's a good chance they bought them from a store like last weekend, and they were just trying to get rid of them now, thinking they'd be worth something. But, I offered her 50 cents a piece, and she said, cool. And I said, okay. And I was okay with that. But yeah, dude, this is This is some gorgeous. I'm almost to the point where I'm not going to give them to you because they're so fantastic. I just want to sit down and study them, because they're so great. Hey, Abe Sapien, how's it going?
If you want to see some of his best work, I suggest checking, if you can, check out he did like the first like dozen issues or so of Atari Force.
Yeah. Well, I've been picking those up as well for you because you mentioned it. So
I want all of that.
I picked up. Actually, I showed them to. Oh, you know what else I got for you? Did you ever see this series? It's called Twilight, written by Howard Chaykin and penciled by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez. It was a 3-issue mature reader series, square bound edition. I have all 3 issues for you. This awesome. Dude, this is some gorgeous. Now, this is stuff I bought. I think I've gotten a couple of these out of like dollar bins or whatever, but I think the 3 of these I bought as a set. But yeah, look at this fantastic.
Wow, that's amazing.
It is, and it's one of these books you could just flip through over and over and over again.
He's one of those guys. The more you look at his stuff, especially the stuff from the mid to late '80s. So he did Atari Force and Cinder and Ash, and that Dead Man series.
Yep. Like, well, this is 91, by the way. So.
And when was that?
91.
91. Yeah, like that. The mid to late '80s. His stuff really starts. I don't know who to credit to, but his stuff really starts reminding me of a more refined Steve Rude.
Yeah. Now, this issue was done by Eduardo Barreto. He's pretty good too. He's very much a George Perez clone almost. But
I believe Barreto did the fill-in issues.
Oh yeah.
Of the Atari Force stuff,
Yes, he did. Yeah, I remember there was one of those dealers up in New York that had some original Atari Force pages, and I wanted to buy them. They were not Jose Luis Garcia Lopez pages; they were Barreto pages, but all the word balloons had fallen off. Not every page had all the word balloons. It was like, oh my! If there was one completed page, even if it was $100, I would have bought it because they were gorgeous. But they didn't have a single page that had everything intact. And, at that time, I was a little gun shy with the money. So I held off, man. Well. But this is an interesting one. Avery, you might get a kick out of this one. This is a Teen Titans Spotlight. And the penciler is Dennis Cowan. Oh, and cool. This is not Dennis Cowan that you probably would ever recognize. This is Dennis Cowan doing kind of a George Perez almost look like.
Oh, look at that.
I mean, yeah. These are really clean lines and defined shape where Dennis Cowan over the years has gotten, I don't want to say sloppier, but he's gotten looser.
Yes.
To the point where this is actually tight and controlled. This is really good. So I look forward to flipping through this issue as well. And then there was a couple issues of Hawkman, issues 3 and 4. This isn't the first series. This is like the redone series. But they're pretty cool. And then, of course, I have Green Lantern Corps. And there's a Corps. Green Lantern Corps. You know what I mean.
You don't say Army Corps.
Yeah, well, you do if you're saying it wrong. So
very appropriate. Andrew says everything wrong.
This is, let's see, Green Lantern became Green Lantern Corps after issue 200. And this is issues 209, 207, 206, 205, 204, 203, and 202.
Wow.
But one of the really cool things about this...
is that the issue where the squirrel gets a ring?
This one here? Yeah. Were you into that?
I just think he's funny. There's something about him that cracks me up.
Well.
He's this cartoony, like Disney looking squirrel.
Well, it was the art was, I think it was Joe Stanton and Mark Farmer on inks, and these issues were fantastic. But I had, let's see.
Can I just say, look how amazing every single one of those covers are?
Yes, because they had story elements to the cover. That's the thing.
Literally the worst comic artist from 1975 is better than most of the stuff I'm seeing on the
Yeah,
show.
dude, there's so many covers out there that it's kind of a neat pose. It's well drawn. It's just there's no story elements. Even if it's an amalgamation of different events from a different vantage point than what actually happens in the book, but it drew you in.
Oh, this is the issue I was going to tell you guys about. The thing that's cool, the art on these was Dave Gibbons on some of these, Watchmen fame. But this one in particular, it was a Joe Stanton did the main story, and then there's a backup story from Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. It's the story of Mogo. Mogo doesn't socialize. This story was one of the stories that was adapted into the animated movie Emerald Knights, in which this guy Bufungus or whatever his name is goes to the planet to challenge Mogo, and he's like standing around waiting for him to come out and fight, and then eventually he flies away from the planet and realizes that Mogo is the planet. And it's the animated movie. The animated movie was pretty awesome, but this has the story that was inspired and made into the animated movie in it. So I don't think it's like the first appearance of Mogo or anything, but it's cool. But it's Alan Moore. It's Alan Moore and Dave Gibbons. I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's cool
crazy.
Issue. That's a cool issue to have, man.
Yeah. I was very happy to get these, and like I said, I have maybe one or two of them. So I told the young lady, I said, hey, if I don't have them, I'd gladly buy them, But they're not bad condition. I mean, they're well loved. But those three by Jose Luis Garcia Lopez, I saw those and went, ooh, I think Todd would really like that.
Yeah, that's right in the sweet spot. He did a ton of like Batman and Superman stuff, which is pretty good.
Yeah,
like that's kind of where he cut his teeth. But it's that independent stuff that's really good. Like those books you showed me, the Teen Titans stuff is really good. The Dead Man and the Atari Force, and then I saw he did I've never seen his comic, so you got to keep an eye out. But he did a comic called The Joker versus the Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay. Well,
and it's absolutely stunning.
Oh, I just found those other issues that I put aside for you. Hold on a second. Let me grab them real quick so I can show you what I got for you. Oh.
You're just trying to sell me another case of comics.
All right. So here's issues 1, 2, and 3 of that Twilight series. All three of them.
Look at that.
Let's see.
Wow.
Todd needs to buy these. Todd.
Atari Force 7 and 8.
I hope you got money in your PayPal when you get home.
I know.
The Dead Man issue, I put that aside. Oh, the Silencers, those are for my brother-in-law. He liked the Silencers. And then there's the Electras. So these are the ones I've put aside for you so far. So
do you have your shipping situation handled already, or do I have to wait until we come to Jacksonville?
No, I'm coming to see you in October. Are you going to be patient and let me build up more stuff, or what?
U-Haul truck. Melissa's shaking her head no. So I've been capped at a minivan.
Oh, hold on a second. We got another person in the chat. Casey Hall. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the show. And of course, Evans von Scriver, who just got here.
Who's been here all along. I just got here.
Well, no, it means it's time to shut down and go home now because he just got here. Hey, we got a sleeve stack on the panel.
What?
Oh my God, there's a sleeve stack here. Lorenzo, say hi. He snuck in and is not saying anything.
You can't say hi. You've got him on mute, bro.
No, he's muted. He can unmute himself.
Yeah, you have to unmute yourself. No one muted Lorenzo.
All right, that's all right. He'll chime in when he's ready. But I got an issue, and I want to discuss it. And it's one of these things that most people. You ever have something very small that just rubs you?
I don't want to hear about your love life, bro.
It just rubs you so wrong and you think about it, and it just pisses, and it makes you want to go to extremes because it upsets you so much.
You just go to the doctor and they give you a special cream for it.
Okay, so one of the merchants behind me at the store has this big white truck, and the rule at the flea market is there is no assigned parking spots. There's no reserved spaces. You park wherever you want to park. Well, these A-hats have gone and parked right in front of my back door for my unit. And the truck was there last Friday. It was there all weekend long, and it was there today, which means they're leaving it overnight, which I don't think they're supposed to leave vehicles overnight. But they are so close to the back of my unit that if I open it up, I can't bring anything large in and out of the unit. Just can't do it. And
so why don't you tell them to move the truck?
Because I have no idea who it belongs to. And here's the funny thing. You can park wherever you want. There is no reserved parking, so nobody really can complain about it. But the fact is, if you step back and look, there's like dozens of empty spots around it. They're just parked right in front of the back of my store. And it's irritated me to the point where I'm going to go, if they're still there tomorrow. Now, granted,
I wonder if it's the other comic guy.
I don't think so. I think
there's another comic guy there.
Yeah.
There are other. There's at least 3 other stores that sell comics. So.
Wow.
Well, and I don't know who, and I'm pretty sure this is one of the grocers because it's a refrigerated truck and whatnot.
Oh, okay.
Part of one of the days that I came by last week, and it was running while I got there. So it was running. Nobody was in it, but it was running the entire time.
You know what will solve this problem?
What's that, Todd?
2x4 with a whole bunch of nails sticking out of it.
Okay, so I'm going to go by tomorrow after work, and if it's still there, I'm going to take it and I'm going to bring it up to management because I don't think you're allowed to park vehicles overnight. You're not supposed to. Okay.
Yeah, take a photo of it too.
It's getting to the point where because it's been there, it just rubs me so raw that it's where it is that. If they don't get anything done, if they don't have it moved or whatever, I'm willing to shutter the store and be done with it.
Wow.
That's hard for me to say because I put a lot of time and effort into this store, you know?
That doesn't make any sense, dude. Why would you shut down your store over a truck?
I know, but it's just bothering the hell out of me.
I mean, welcome to business.
Yeah, well, it's just... It's just, hey, Lorenzo, how you doing, man?
Oh man, that 2x4 with nails. I disavow.
Yeah. I
just a coffee can far away.
But yeah, that's a serious problem. So is that in the way of your store?
Well, it's in the back of the store. It's like if you owned a business and you had a back door exit and somebody parked a truck 3 inches from your back door to where you couldn't.
Yeah, I can see this interferes with your business. How are you going to get your comics in there?
Technically, I don't really have anything big that I need to unload or load and all, but it's just annoying me. It's just.
Yeah. Why would you park that close?
Yeah, well.
The only reason to park that close is to be a nuisance. So someone there doesn't like you.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm such a wonderful person.
It doesn't matter. You don't. Every little thing like that has some kind of weird politics going on.
Yeah, Bethany said.
Who knows?
Bethany said.
Maybe they want the space and trying to drive you out.
I don't know, but
I don't know. I think you should just take a picture of it, bring it up to management, and then if that doesn't have anything to do with it, then if they don't do anything, then just like scope the place out until you find the person that's got the truck and just be like politely tell him to move his butt over into an actual parking space.
Well, what really ticked me off is Sunday when I got to the store, that truck was parked there, and the store next to me, which has 2 spots, I went and parked in one of them so I'm right next to my store, and the other spot was empty. And I went in and started doing my stuff. And then the lady came out and said, "Hey, can you move your car? We need to pull up the whatever the trailer is or whatever." And it just pissed me the hell off that other people don't have to follow this policy. I didn't want to be a total a-hole and tell her, no, we're allowed to park wherever we want. No, I just moved it. And I was just, it was frustrated that I'm the kind of guy that if somebody asked me to move, I'd move. You know?
Well, it's just it's not, don't take it personal. It's just some dummy, you know?
Well, I'm trying not to take it personally, but it's oh,
you just gotta find the guy and be like, yo, like, can you move your truck?
Ah, well, it's just.
He could just be a moron, you know. He might not even be.
Yeah, it could be.
Not thinking clearly, but yeah, it's weird. Whatever the case is.
Well, the bottom line is, if I go back tomorrow and the truck's still there, I'm going to go talk to management, even though they're probably going to tell me there's nothing we can do. And then I can tell them, well, then my renewal date's July 11th. I don't have to renew.
That's really stupid. I wouldn't leave
for
a truck, dude.
The first part's good. The second part's maybe not the best.
Yeah, I don't really care. But I'm that annoyed that I don't care. But hopefully talking to you guys will allow calmer heads to prevail, and I'll be a little bit more.
If you want to, like, say, he took a photo, brought it to management, if they're not able to do something for whatever reason, then you go and you find the person, you calmly ask them, please move. I'm just repeating what Todd said. That seemed like a really, really good suggestion.
Yeah, well,
I think you should get all hopped up on like meth and go in there. You know,
I mean, I don't even think it's like, it would be one thing if they were blocking, something that you were using because you had a lot of big stuff to carry in, but you don't even have stuff to carry in. You just don't like the idea of it.
Well, no, it's not that I don't have.
Just think about it like this. Just think about it like this. Like any place you open up your business, any store, like stuff happens. Like you could have people loitering in front of you. You could be in a strip mall and have people like drinking beer in front of your store all day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. It's just it's called the cost of doing business.
Yeah.
Imagine running like a salon and like the sort of weird things that go on. I mean, like those tanny business, and I've heard people doing gross things in there. And you just have some guy behind your store, some jerk with a van. And he might not even be a jerk. He just might not be like all that like thoughtful.
Hey, Uncanny. Hey, Kodiak. How's it going? D says put a note on the windshield asking him to move. I'm not 100% sure the person would be able to understand and read English. So, I mean, that's always a possibility.
You should just do it. I understand you're upset, but I think I totally get the pissed offness. But I think you understand. I think you understand that like when you cool down a little bit from it, like.
Well,
Considering closing up shop closing up shop from not even a business, like a business roadblock, just like a minor irritation is kind of ridiculous.
Well, I know, but see,
I think you should be as belligerent as possible.
It's like somebody walking into your store. It's like someone walking into your store with a pair of shorts, and you're just like, I don't like shorts. I'm closing my shop. Screw this.
Yeah. Exactly, but with more anger.
I got that. I mean, I got that part of me where I don't, where I get really frustrated with things, and I tend to give up on things kind of easily. But that's kind of. I think if you just gave up on that, I think you probably.
Well, I think I have a leg to stand on if they're leaving it there overnight. I think that's that's a violation. So I'm going to go talk to management tomorrow if it's still there. If it's been moved, then I don't have an issue. But if
there's only one day.
What's that?
Or does it happen every day, or is this just one day?
No, it's been there since last week. I mean, it was there all week. It was there all weekend long, and that's where I got irritated. Is that it was there all week.
Even if they've moved it. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Even if they've moved the truck, you should still bring it to management's attention.
Well, I'm going to, and we'll see. I mean, they may not be able to do anything about it, but with the fact that the truck's been sitting there for as long as it has, I mean, Avery's the one that brought this up. I don't think it's something personally against me, but then again, it could be,
I don't think it is. I don't think it's personally against. I don't think it's something personal against you. You're just not that important.
Yeah,
you should take it. you should take it very personally and just be as nasty as possible.
Does anybody else think Avery is gonna love to hear what happens in this story?
Oh, I think so, but
like, there's nothing that can't be solved with brute force
Or buckshot.
or yeah.
the thing is, if it was there just even overnight at like a grocery store, it would have been towed away. So the idea that they would take it there awake and back of a place they.
All right, let me correct something. Yeah, Bethany, it's a rolling door, so I can get it open. It's not that I can't get into the store. It's just that it's so close that if I needed, like, I have a fish tank that's on a display in the back. If I needed to get the fish tank out of the store, I couldn't do it through the back. I'd have to take it through the front. I'd have to talk it all the way. It's just a pain in the butt.
Now, Bethany, keep in mind that these are all hypotheticals because Andrew doesn't actually need to do any of that.
Yes, that's true. I don't need to move anything. I'm happy where everything's at. I mean, my store is set up. I mean, I'm still tweaking it. Every day I go in, I think of something new and something different. I'm actually, well, we'll see what happens. I'm actually thinking about putting a storefront, which is, like a door and like windows and what's not in the front, so that I can keep, when I actually get the AC unit in there, that it actually keeps the cool in there.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome, dude. Maybe even like a little piece of plexiglass where you could put an actual sign.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm looking into right now. But hey, Ahmed, how's it going? He says, "Is there an alien on your live stream?" No, it's a sleaze stack. It's a different. It's an alien, but it's not
Interdimensional alien.
Yeah. He's okay. We allow him.
Or you could just go walking tall on all this BS, man.
Well, yeah. It's just irritating, and I think I need to get over it.
Andrew.
I think talking about it helps. I think talking about it.
Intimidation are your friends.
I think talking about it helps me get it out of my system. That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Sometimes sometimes in my mind I do stupid things, and once I tell you guys the stupid things I'm going to do, you help me change my mind so I don't do the stupid thing.
Like not eating peeps.
But I'm not trying to stop you. I'm trying to help you.
Your wife gives you the same information, but you don't listen.
Hold on a second. My wife thinks now's the time to ask me a question.
Exactly. Oh, what a putz.
Oh, I can identify with that. There's certain times
Hey, Commodore, how's it going?
It's all good in the hood.
What's up, man?
Commodore?
Why is Todd driving?
Todd's not driving. Todd's riding. Todd's wife is driving.
I'm trying this is my new channel. Hi, I'm your boy Spruce. I review.
Oh no! Oh God! I thought because he's not naughty.
What is
these
he?
These are my sexy knees.
Oh God! Don't show us your knees. That's the.
Why is he zooming on his crotch?
Guys, this channel.
Look, I can have a YouTube channel. If I only had a comic book, I could do a car review.
Yeah,
just don't put the camera on your crotch.
Wait a minute, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Put the camera at your crotch and cough.
I know for a fact you've got a whole box of comics there with you right now. So, no. I'm gonna focus on me now. I'm gonna white box me because I'm not taking the chance that we're gonna look at his white legs. Oh.
Yeah. You draw the line at Todd's legs, but licking your fingers on cam. That's it.
Yeah, you'll do some
degenerate.
You'll do some unspeakable things to some toy goo.
Yeah, but Todd's legs, that's over the line. You disgust me.
Bethany says this is a degenerate channel.
Yeah,
but it's normal for here.
Yeah.
Of the comic industry.
Yeah.
It's the negative zone.
Now, Todd, I know for a fact you've got a box full of comics with you. Where's your box of comics?
Well, we're going to pick up a rental car, so they're back at the house. I do have an entire book, like a whole case full of comics, because I went to Andrew's effing store and ended up getting a whole. I'm changing my mind, Andrew. Shut that piece of crap down, so I don't have to spend any more money.
Bethany's Ahmed says video camera on your crotch, age restricted. Yeah, so
Yeah.
That's how quickly my friend shut down my YouTube channel. So
That's true. Yeah,
It's still not as obscene as you licking.
I know. What is it? I think I bought like almost $100 in comics from your store.
yeah, but I didn't charge you $100.
No, you charged me $14.
I let you take it. I let you take advantage of me.
No, it was 80.
Okay, good.
I was kidding, and Melissa got excited, and then I told her the real price, and now she's not so much.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she sees the bills, so she'd know exactly what she spends.
Yeah, dude, you made out, dude. He probably knocked about $30 off of what
He did, and some of those books, I mean, you can't find them anywhere.
Well, you can't in New York. You can't find them.
Yeah.
All right, hold on a second. Kodiak is complaining that I skipped his comment. Kodiak, you need to get your butt onto the chat. Into the conversation so you can actually,
Yeah.
What did you say that's so important?
A guy who has the link is complaining about someone didn't read his comment. Shut up.
That's right. See, actually, he goes, Slee Stack, read my comment. Then he says, see, he skipped my comment. I'm reading your comments. Oh, there's one that says dumb. I mean, wait a minute. Hold on a second. There's one before it says, Avery just wants you to lose so you can tell you how dumb you were to lose it. He wants you to lose it so that he can tell you how dumb you were to lose it. Yeah, that's how Avery works.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm painfully obvious. I don't.
So Avery will criticize you and tell you that he told you so, and I'll congratulate you for saving me a whole bunch of money.
No, see, he says I'm his Mike S. Miller, which is definitely true, but he's my John Malin. He's my instigator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Notice that none of us are Ethan Van Sciver. So none of us are out there making $500,000 on an Indiegogo campaign. But
he made over 800,000.
Yeah, well.
Total.
Yeah. Plus, he's making a nice little profit on that cover for that Vampirella book.
I haven't checked to see where that's at. I don't know.
I don't know. I think it was at 20-something, 30-something.
No, dude, I think it's over 30.
It's over 30. Dude, that's a nice profit because he didn't have to do the interior. He just did one cover.
It's $30,000 for a drawing.
Yeah, it's gravy. Printing that book, it's going to cost more to ship people those books than it did to print the books.
Yeah,
wow.
For sure.
He's making a nice profit. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm really waiting for one of those guys to do a tutorial like the printer. I mean, I don't know if they would ever give the printers away because those printers would probably get attacked, but like I'd love to know like what paper, what printer.
Mm-hmm. Well, Malin talks about what he used. I believe he said he used Print Ninja.
Oh, okay.
And you can go to Print Ninja's site and pick out all the stuff you want from soft cover to hardback, some basic embossing and foil stamping, and then how many copies you want. So then you can put in your zip code to get an estimate on how much it would cost to ship it, so you know exactly how much it would cost.
Right.
Oh, that's nice.
But unless you're going to print at least like 1,000 copies or more, it's not worth it.
Yeah. Because
you're going to China, and that shipping is so high. But if you're going to print 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 copies of something, it's a great way to go.
I still like Peter Samedi's thing. I'm probably going to try that.
Yeah, see that. If I was doing a comic shop version of a single issue or a double page thing, I would be considering that too. But anything I want to do that's crowdfunded, like what the backers get, in my opinion, needs to be prestige format, either perfect bound with the heaviest stock paper that you can do and heaviest stock cover that you can do, or hardback or something. Like it needs to be.
Somebody's trying to get the price down so they can sell it in stores for $1.50 or something.
Yeah, I don't think Avery's worried about selling them in stores, at least not at first, right?
Yeah.
When you're crowdfunding, you might want a higher quality paper than You know,
Now, the
and
thing is,
I'm not dissing Peter. He's doing a really good job.
if you had a successful campaign on a 48-page book to your backers, where they got a prestige format book on super nice paper and everything for $25 signed,
Yeah.
you've got the little bit of gravy to do the cheap comic shop version through, and that book be pure profit.
Yeah.
Hey guys, I'm gonna pop off for a minute. We're gonna get the car, and then I'll try to pop back on.
All right, sounds good.
I'll be back in a few.
Take care.
I had to delete Kodiak's comment. Kodiak was sharing way too much this evening, so we had to delete that comment.
I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not going to repeat it because Kodiak's getting a little kinky at home, and we don't need to know. We don't need to know about that.
Yeah. No.
Whoa! Hold on a second. Evan Von Scriber said, "Happy birthday to Cross Comics Rick, born today, back in the day." Oh wow!
Well, happy birthday, Rick.
Oh, why didn't he mention that?
I
Birthday.
don't know.
It's not, well, like we talked to him just a few days ago. He didn't mention his birthday was coming up.
I don't tell people when mine's coming up.
Yeah, well, nobody cares about you. I mean,
Hey, it looks like you're drawing that in a fast forward, man.
what's that?
Well, when you were drawing it, looks like you were drawing in fast forward.
No, it wasn't drawn on fast forward.
Well, Peter Samedi was talking about how he does a 2 minutes. Was it 2 minutes or was it 5 minute sketches or something? But
Yeah.
it used to take him like maybe 2 hours, and he wouldn't necessarily be able to go. You know, there's a time in his life when he'd maybe go on for 2 hours drawing a sketch. It might not be as good as the sketches he can now do in 5 minutes just for practicing for hours and hours.
Oh man, I need to go to my comic shop, pick up my pull, and cancel it. All I have on there is some alternative books, but I'm canceling my pull.
You've been saying that. You've been saying that for months.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you have.
Well, I haven't been in the comic shop in a couple months.
Well, that I know is true.
Yeah, but I am going to cancel my pull. I won't be buying anything.
Wow. Why would you do that?
No money.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
He's gonna save all his money to buy old comics from my store.
I got to save all my money to pay debt.
Hey, if you got comics, who needs? You know, you don't need anything else.
Yeah, no, it's untrue. All this comic book business is pretty about to grind to a halt.
Well, everybody goes through that stage where they got to put off buying comics. I mean, the day it was probably maybe a month after my girlfriend at the time, who later became my wife, when she said I'm pregnant, I went out and sold my entire comic book collection. That was the first thing that went.
Oh, your entire collection?
My entire collection, yeah. And believe it or not, I sold it to a guy who set up at the flea market. And I asked him, I said, just give me cover price for everything. And this is back in the day when comics were 75 cents a dollar. So, you know, but back during.
Horrible.
Yeah, it was horrible. I sold all my comics, and he took all the stuff that was worth any money, sold it pretty much right away, and then, you know, just sat on everything else. I told him, I said, listen, you can take the Todd McFarlane Spider-Mans, but you got to take the John Byrne She-Hulks as well. And that was the deal we made. So, well.
And then
But-
you didn't grow up with those comic books.
I don't, yeah. No, I had to go back and rebuy a lot of that stuff. But the good thing is, a lot of it you can find it for pretty cheap. So my store is proof of that. So if there's a series that you liked back in the day, you know, it's a good chance I might have it, and I might have it for cheap. So
Interesting. You know, that sounds like it's different in your town than the parts of the country.
well, I don't know if I'm sure you've listened to DNC, and he was talking about a new store that he had found in which they sold nothing but back issues, and he thought it was like heaven. And that's kind of what my store is. It's just back issues. It's graphic novels and hardcovers and art books and back issues. I don't have very many new comics, except for the ones I buy just for me, but then I put out for sale anyway. So, you guys still hear me?
No.
Oh, damn! I lost everybody.
Yes.
Evan Von Schreiber says, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles issue 1. I wish I had that.
I was about to say, when you were talking with Todd, Like he said he got a good deal for you in comics because he knows you. Now if I ever go to Jacksonville, I'm gonna go there. You don't know what I look like. I'm gonna go there. I'm gonna disguise my voice if I can, and I'm just gonna go pay full price.
No. Here's the new sale for this weekend. Come into the store, lie to me, and tell me your name's Commodore, and I'll give you a deal. So anybody who comes in and claims to be Commodore gets a deal. My wife, I put up the sign for Father's Day weekend that said, just tell me it's for your dad and get 10% off everything. And she's like, wait a minute, what if they're not buying it for their dad? I said, well, that's the point, dear. If they're just buying it for themselves, they still get the 10% off. All they got to do is say, I'm buying it for my dad.
But how would they know? Like you would know, like if it wasn't me because you would recognize my voice. You know, it'd be like if I was trying to disguise my voice, say it's not me, and you know, I
don't think that's the point. I think the point is to get people in the store.
That's right. Give them
the gimmick. It's just a gimmick, man.
This is the Commodore sale of the weekend. All you have to do is say your name, your secret identity is Commodore, and you get the deal.
Ah, damn.
That's a good gimmick.
All the good stuff is gonna go for cheap, and I won't be able to get it.
Well, I mean, stuff like that happens. Oh, Evan Von Scriber says he's heartbroken. I'm sorry. Is it because I don't have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1? Actually, I'm trying to remember when I started collecting Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. It was the same summer that the Michael Keaton Batman came out because I was in Rhode Island at the time.
It's around that time when I started buying it too.
Yeah. And the issues I had were the first issues of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles that I bought were the Kevin Eastman ones, where they were coming back to New York and they had the Shredder had been killed and they had cloned the Shredder, and there were like 3 different versions of the Shredder. Like there was a midget one, a real tall, skinny one. Oh man, those issues were fantastic. I don't remember what issue numbers they were, but I used to have those. I don't have them anymore because they were part of my collection that got sold. But
yeah, I don't remember what issue. Like I eventually bought the original in like a trade. Those the very early color trades. But I never had the first issues.
Yeah. Trying to think if I have anything else I need to go over. We went over comics. We went over my comics that I got.
Are you talking about Doctor Strange?
You need to upload some pages.
Oh crap! I do need to do that, don't I? Okay,
yeah,
I'll do that.
Did you guys talk about Doctor Strange?
What about Doctor Strange?
Oh, that's what Bethany was talking about in chat.
Do you have any hardbacks Doctor Strange books? I'd have to check. I know I've got a whole bunch. I don't know if I have any Doctor Strange though.
Oh yeah, that Doctor Strange drawing I was holding for Bethany got ruined.
What?
Oh no!
You had a Doctor Strange drawing for Bethany and it got ruined?
Yeah, I was going to hold it for her because she saw it and liked it, and it's destroyed.
Oh, that's so sad.
Water got spilt and it leaked into the portfolio.
Ooh. Was that the only thing in there, or was there other stuff in there?
I think there was some other stuff that got messed up too.
Oh, I hate when that happens. Oh man, I'm sorry.
Gosh, you still have that Raven?
Yes, yeah. I do. I put it aside just for you.
Oh yeah, it is.
I didn't know. I couldn't remember if I had bought anything from you since then or not. Or
well, I've got
for something. Or...
I actually have a small stack of stuff put aside for you. I have the Ant-Man sketch, the Sansa sketch, and that Superman graphic novel, the hardcover that I bought a copy for you.
Oh yeah.
So whenever you're ready, I can get them out to you. You know, no big deal, no rush.
So oh gosh, now I'm blanking on whatever my next question was. Well, that's cool. Thanks.
No problem.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, I told you I'd put them aside for you.
I was just trying to figure out if I had bought anything from you from an auction, or because I'm always because
No, it wasn't. It wasn't part of the auction. It was just you mentioned you wanted it, and I said okay, no problem.
No one's bought anything at the auction in like a month.
Well, no, I did sell one.
Except Andrew sold a piece last night.
Yeah.
I've been so exhausted lately, so I haven't been watching as many streams, or I haven't been doing my stream lately on my own channel. It's been raining every day here, and that's not the best for arthritis.
No.
Yeah, I hear you.
I did come out as an Altrusian before on a stream. A lot of people think I'm not a sleigh stack. I'm my culture is the one that built Land of the Lost. They look like sleigh stacks. The sleigh stacks are the not so bright version of the family tree. Sorry, sleigh stacks.
So your species devolved.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Unfortunately, after we've been living underground a little too long, I guess.
Oh, earlier on, Bethany said something about maybe having the truck towed. Going back to that, it's a possibility if the management says they're in violation of parking their truck overnight, they can do that. But they may know who it belongs to, and they may be able to talk to them, and they may be. I don't care if they park it overnight. I'm tired of them parking it in front of my business.
Yeah, you might not be able to tow them, but the management should be able to.
Yeah, so
hopefully we'll come to that. Hopefully they'll just move their truck.
I'm gonna be nice. So we'll see. Evan Von Scriver says, I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1 in full color.
There's a whole Van Scriver family that I didn't know about until one day I was doing my show and Evan introduced me to all these different accounts named Van Scriver or Von Scriver. The whole family of them.
Von Scriver, that's right.
Von Scriver, yeah. He's a Cult of Raven, Hellraven, and Bumblebee.
Oh, and hold on a second. Yoka Milk,
Bumblebee
Fearful Milk
too.
put, won't be able to join, but soon I will be uploading a video to another channel on my book's first chapter. Will hopefully be done soon. Excellent. Wonderful. Definitely share it with us when you got it done, man. That sounds awesome.
I like him. He's scaly like I am, but he's a shark. Thanks, Rick Piper, for introducing me to the scaly subculture.
That's right, Rick Piper. He's that's probably. I hate to say it, but if we had to wonder where he's at tonight for celebrating his birthday, I bet you I know where he's at.
Convention. It's.
Quit picking on Rick. Rick's a good guy, man. Leave him alone. Oh well. See.
I like the furry art, but I wouldn't want to go and dress in a giant, overly hot fursuit. That seems like people go and they wear them, they pass out.
What if you did in the wintertime?
I still wouldn't want to wear one. Well, there's Todd.
Hey, what's up, guys?
And I'm a reptilian, and I still wouldn't want to wear a fursuit.
I think if somebody dressed in a fur suit showed up at my store, Avery would probably punch him in the face.
I would not assault a customer. Money's money.
No. I didn't say he came bearing money. He just came dressed in a fursuit.
I still wouldn't assault.
Why would you do that?
I still wouldn't assault someone for no reason.
Yeah, that seems kind of.
What if they were telling us that they're a bear and they really thought they were really bad?
By the way, just
I would tell
because
them to keep that crap to themselves, and I don't care.
Well, that would be an ideal customer.
Someone.
You could just sell them a bunch of books, like a bunch of furry books.
Yeah.
Just
I'd point if they were furry. I'd point them to Hero. Go, here you go. You found your Bible.
Yeah.
By the way, I'd just like to add that since I had the opportunity to take a break from the negative zone here, I realized that within the same conversation, Andrew mentioned adding a door and a window into a shop and closing the shop down completely.
Yes.
I missed the part with the door and the window.
Yes. It shows you he's not serious about closing the shop down. He's really
or that
not.
He's crazy. He's just nuts.
No, it's just.
You shut up.
It's neurological.
Take Andrew.
Yes, Avery.
Have a nice hot cup of shut up, and go to bed and fix the problem.
I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
At least you don't have to chase. At least you don't have to chase down clients that owe you like 8 invoices.
Yeah.
Like I'm chasing people for money, which is harder.
Yeah, I don't have to do that.
It sucks.
Oh, people don't like. Oh, dude, when you're freelance, people do not like to pay you.
Well, it's not even freelance. Fuck. I mean, not freelance. People sign contracts, and with my company, and it's not freelance. They're signing a contract to pay a certain amount every month for a services rendered, and you send them invoices, and they ignore you until their software breaks, and then you're just like, oh, your software broke? I'm sorry, but you owe me. I've got invoices from like December of last year that I'm still collecting.
Yeah, my dad owned a company, and he had to deal with all sorts of nonsense like that.
There is something beautiful in the simplicity of like, I give you a comic, you give me $1, go away.
Yeah.
And I sell a lot of comics that way, and that's perfectly fine. You know?
That's what I'm saying. I think it's a good business model, dude.
Yeah, it'd be great.
Yeah, imagine setting up invoices and stuff.
Oh, I sold my copy of Wolverine: The Jungle Adventure, but I sold it to a good home. I sold it to a Wolverine fan, and he was very happy to get it. So.
It's a good book, man.
What'd you sell it for? How much? $2?
$5.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, but I also gave him a $5 discount, so technically, you know.
You did not, did you really?
Oh my God.
It's one of my regular customers. It comes in every week and buys from me every single week. So I take care of those people.
You do like a 20% discount?
What? No, I don't remember.
It's the old school 20% discount.
No, I do.
Take my stuff?
No. I do the bulk thing. The more you buy, the better the discount you get. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, really quick, what was the name of that Garcia Lopez limited series? I couldn't remember the name of it. I was trying to tell them.
Believe it or not, Twilight.
Twilight.
Yes.
Right.
It was written by Howard Chaykin. You need to go outside? Hold on a second, guys. Call of the Wild.
I don't need to know your bathroom habits, buddy.
It's not my bathroom habits. It's the dog.
So that's what they're calling it these days.
I know. These youngsters, their names for things.
Yeah.
Naming conventions.
All right, hold on a second. Avery, I'm grabbing the next 4 pages.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
And uploading them to I'm not even looking at them, so I don't even know what they look like. So hopefully
Avery, what was that Wolverine Hulk after McFarlane thing, dude?
That's just something I did for my portfolio.
I can't look at it because I'm driving, but I want to see it. Can you email that to me?
Yeah. It'll be on Twitter later.
Well, put it somewhere
cool.
where I'm going to see it. Can you email it to me?
Fine, I'll email it to you.
Because I don't know, there might be a good home for that somewhere.
I'll email you.
Just email it to me. I want to see it.
Okay.
That looked awesome, dude. I saw it in the thumbnail when Melissa was driving. It looked freaking amazing.
All right, Lorenzo, you like the Raven I did. Who do you think I should do it? Who do you think I should do a drawing of next? Who do you think would sell?
Oh,
What?
I don't know. Bumblebee's become kind of popular. She was on. I don't know how popular, but she was on Teen Titans Go recently. I mean, like a couple months ago or so.
Bumblebee? Really? Is that really her name?
Maybe you have Bumblebee on a Bumblebee.
Huh.
Yeah, you should have
You're not
Bumblebee
familiar with
on
she's from the Teen Titans East, is it called? Something like that. But she's
Is
been
Teen
on.
Titans Go still on TV?
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean that was like the one cool thing is that they had Bumblebee on there.
Well, my favorite character is Terra, so maybe I should do a Terra drawing.
I like how you ask someone's opinion, then you just totally ignore it.
Yeah, that's.
Wait, what are you guys talking about? I do that all the time.
Do you know
What do you think you
who
should do?
Bumblebee is?
Draw Megatron.
She's kind of really cool character. She's.
Well, I'm not really drawing the character as is. I'm kind of doing my own little spin on it. Like Raven was like my spin on Raven. It wasn't actually, based on any of the designs out there.
Bumblebee wings. You got. I'm sure you'd like drawing her.
Well, maybe I'll look into it. I'm not familiar with the character. I know of her because I have an issue of Titans, Teen Titans that I picked up recently that had her on the cover. It was a Brett Booth illustrated issue, which, you know,
She was one of DC Comics' first black woman superheroes.
yeah, I'm kind of getting over Brett Booth. So
Brett Booth is he's always been underrated. He was always kind of like the second tier Jim Lee.
He also doesn't like us, so.
yeah, he doesn't like us.
Oh well, he's a third-rate Jim Lee then.
Okay, hold on a second. Lorenzo gave me a link.
Yeah, she's a scientist. It's a pretty cool, you know, character.
She's into the science, huh? She loves the
Yeah,
science.
but this was back in the 70s before things got kind of like stupid about. Nowadays things are like, I don't know, the characters nowadays. If there's a woman who's into science,
I like her. I definitely like her look on the Teen Titans animated series.
Yeah, it looks.
Yeah,
Like, she does look 70s. Does look like that kind of like black exploitation kind of dynamite thing.
yeah.
it's such a cool character, cool personality too, which is surprising me because usually I hate the characters on Teen Titans Go. Yeah, I mean usually the characters are so mean acting.
Teen Titans Go, more like Teen Titans Go to hell.
Yeah.
Hey, does anybody know if that Thundercats roar ever started or not?
Oh God, no.
It never existed.
No, see that's
Did
the
they
thing.
shelve it? Did they? I mean, I know that.
I sure
they
hope
said
so.
They said that the
They-
She-Ra thing was a huge hit. I don't know if that's the truth or not.
No,
'Cause I don't
that
know
never existed either.
Yeah, who knows? They lie all the time, dude.
I know.
I wish that
I've gotten
She-Ra
so
thing
jaded.
didn't exist.
I've become so jaded with it. I was actually maybe a month or two ago. I was in a really good Japanese bookstore in New York. They have like the best selection of graphic novels in the city, and I picked up a book by an artist, and I'm not gonna mention any names, but indie person, but it was a nice book, hardbound. It was something I was kind of curious about, and because the artwork looked pretty good, and then I looked at all the reviews, and the reviews were so glowing, so over the top about how amazing and the future of comic. This is literally quoting, this person's the future of comics, like all this kind of stuff. And I was just like, I kind of hesitated, and then I went home and did some research, and sure enough, it was like kind of what you would expect,
That is so sad too. It's
patronizing. Yeah, I mean, it was almost like fake reviews. Like, I don't know, maybe the book is fantastic. The art certainly was really good, but I was like, you know what, I can't trust it. And then when I found out like why they were glowing about it, I was like, well, this book really isn't for me, which is fine. Not to say I don't know if the quality of the book is good or not, but it was just the reviews were so slanted and so tilted that it really. I did the opposite of what it intended, right? Like, reviews are supposed to make you be like, wow, this must be incredible, I'm going to buy it. But I've gone down that road so many times. I'm like, why are these people endorsing this god awful mess of a book?
Right.
And especially with all the other stuff going on, I'm like, you know what? I can't trust it anymore. And it kind of, thankfully, I saved myself like $30 or $40, but it's just sad.
Even if a review doesn't sound like just completely fantastic, sometimes something will sound interesting enough, they'll check it out. But nowadays it's not even interesting sounding because it's just such obvious like saccharine nonsense. And it's like, I know they're BSing me.
Todd, are you the kind of guy that falls for reviews on the covers of books? Where you find a book and there's a review on it that says this is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And
well, no, I know the deal. I know how it works. I've got friends that have published books, and they've got crazy big name guys on the back of their book endorsing it. There's people. It's not like they read the books, but still, like, you read enough. I'm talking like reviews. It's the combination, right? Like, if you read the blurbs on the book and they're like super glowing, you're like, whatever. That's like maybe 1 point out of 10. But then if you go online and you start reading interviews and reviews, and it's like a dozen reviews that are just like amazing, and it's like what's your boy say? That there's only two kinds of articles. They're either puff pieces or hit pieces.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? And it's true. It's true. There's like there's no, it's like it was so juicy, saccharine, glowing that I was like, this can't be real.
Yeah.
And fortunately for me, I mean, I believed all the garbage, positive crap that came out of your book.
Screw you.
And I learned my lesson.
Hey, Lorenzo, Dillard's in here, and he says, Lorenzo, why have you abandoned Rick Piper? Lorenzo, have you abandoned Rick Piper?
I haven't abandoned anyone. I haven't been around much.
I think Dillard forgets the fact that some people have lives and can't always be involved in the YouTube world, and maybe that's it.
I don't have a life.
That's why you're barely ever here, right? Dillard, you know the rules.
Yeah, I ended up getting just having a lot. Under the weather actually was a good description because this weather just keeps like raining every day. It's just kind of draining all my energy.
God, I wish it would frickin' rain around here. It's too damn hot. This afternoon, I decided to go home for lunch, and I drove home and ran by the Chinese place and picked up some food. It was 101 degrees out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we could use like if we could just send that rain over your direction.
Todd, I'm muting you. You're really loud.
Cool.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do that. I didn't mean to do it like that, but
no.
I was letting him know I was muting him because his car engine's really loud. Ah, well. No shame on Lorenzo. He's got a life.
Well, I really like his stream. But I have been kind of burnt out on YouTube. But I've been watching YouTube so much that I've got another guy I got Hulu for free for like a month or something, and I'm trying to check that out as well.
Yeah,
I'm also kind of burnt out on comic books because of all this spending so much money for like backing so many books.
Oh, I've been finding some back issues that have just been so fantastic.
Oh yeah, I can
back
understand
issues.
that. I've just been buying so much stuff on Indiegogo and almost exclusively that way, and it's just kind of a financially. I just can't keep that up.
You know what really sucks about having so many great back issues?
How many books are you backing a month?
Well, it seems like all my friends have comic books too now. Like everybody's got a comic book, and it's kind of exhausting. I'm still promoting a lot of comic books on my Twitter feed, and I'll promote them on my show. It's just I'm trying to decide, which ones to back and which ones not to.
Yeah.
And I'm really new to comic books too, so.
So there's also tons of back issue stuff you want, new books you want.
Yeah, and but now I'm just kind of getting overwhelmed. Like I got a whole bunch of comic books that just kind of showed up all at once that I've been waiting for. And now a lot of these Indiegogo campaigns are finally getting delivered.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I got a backlog. I'm dyslexic, so I'd like to read the story, but I mainly can look at the pictures and stuff right now because there's so many. I'd like to take some time and read some books, but then I might come into my YouTube watching time.
You know what's so funny is I was going to say one of the bad parts about having all these great new comics that I have, but 99% of them are at the store, so I don't have access to them on a regular basis. As I started looking around, trying to see if there was anything here that was cool that I could show you guys, and I actually did find something. This is one of the graphic novels that I absolutely adore, that I'm planning on taking to the store to sell. But this is Superman Infinite City. I don't know if you guys are.
I like the cover.
Yeah, this
cover
is
looks cool.
The art is by an Argentina artist named Carlos Meglia, who regrettably passed away several years ago. But he has an animated style. I think he worked for Disney and some other animated studios, because I know he worked on the DuckTales movie, because one of the characters is actually in this book.
Is this hardcover?
Yes, this is hardcover.
Oh, that looks really cool.
But this is it's an animated style where a lot of there's like different.
You're
panels.
selling that?
I will be. I mean, it'll be available for sale, but it's it's a fantastic, beautiful book. But let me see. I'm trying to find some really good pages to show, but where it shows off the fact that some of it's animated, some of it's painted.
How much are you selling that for?
I don't know. I don't have to look at the
See,
cover price.
this looks better than a lot of these Indiegogo campaigns.
Right,
Now, I'm not saying the ones my friends have, but they actually have some really cool stuff. But a lot of superhero stuff I see these days doesn't really grab my attention because it's been done before.
Yeah, this is.
This actually looks better than.
Yeah, Lorenzo, if you don't want a book, don't back it. Buy what you like, man.
Well, I mean, there were some books that I backed in the beginning of Comic Gate. I won't say who, but there were some that I backed to show solidarity because it was a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I waited and waited and waited and waited. By the time I got it, was like, oh, well, that's okay. It looks kind of cool. It's kind of okay, but it's...
Oh, wow. We're down to 2 watchers. What the hell happened? Did we start...
Right now.
Yeah, all my watchers are in my chat, or are on the panel, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah.
What about Kodiak?
Oh, well, your live streams and mine are most of our views come after.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, that's
Evan
true.
Von,
Yeah, they can...
Evan Von
That's good.
Scriver says there are some CG books that are awful. Well, yeah, that is true. But there's some that you just want to give a chance to, because you never know.
Oh, yeah, there's some that are outstanding, like too many for me to back.
Yeah.
I like to back some. If somebody's good at... Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
One thing I think, at least with the books I've seen so far, everything I've backed has been a sincere effort to deliver what was promised. Like, nothing was designed to fail. Like when you buy a bad Marvel or DC book these days, where it was just obviously no one cared and it was designed to fail. It was for no one. It was for an audience of 0.
Yeah, I think they were all designed to, and they to succeed. Some of them were maybe things happened that were like if somebody made a mistake or something, something maybe happened to the printing press or whatever, and the book didn't turn out quite as well as intended.
But so far, in my opinion, everything I've gotten was a sincere attempt to deliver what was promised.
Yeah, but there's been some books in CG books that have exceeded expectations thoroughly.
Oh,
I can name 2 right off the bat: Bigfoot Bill and Graveyard Shift.
Yes.
Well exceeded our expectations.
Yes,
so.
I was very happy with both of those.
Yeah.
And I'm guessing they were hard to begin with.
And Nerd Wonder had didn't she have a little book that went along with Graveyard Shift?
Yes,
yeah.
I got that too, and I liked it.
Yeah, some people actually. A buddy of mine, I got 2 of each, and that's another thing is I tend to back these things at higher tiers. Yeah, and and the buddy of mine actually liked the Nerdette one, maybe. I mean, not Nerdette, Nerd Wonder one a little bit, maybe a little bit better than Graveyard Shift.
Yeah,
and that's I guess it all just depends on. It's totally different styles with Nerd Wonder and Malin, but I think it goes to show how good Nerd Wonder, is in her own right. And yet, isn't she just kind of a new kind of So I think there's amazing talent here on the scene.
What did you say?
Isn't she kind of like a new kind of Isn't she kind of like somebody who's
Nerd Wonder's been around since like the beginning.
Yeah, but I think what he means is she's not
before Comicsgate. I never had heard of her. I hadn't heard of a lot of these people.
She's new because she's been around Comicsgate since the beginning. But
yeah, I don't think she's been published by like major publishers or anything.
No. Yeah, no, she's
a
very young artist. Yeah.
For me, this is the real exciting thing about this new independent, indie comics. Oh, God. Okay, I'm gonna stop here. You guys know what I'm saying, though? I mean, there's a lot of really cool, like, fresh blood coming into this. And,
now we see what you're saying. We're with you. We'll follow along.
What I think would be cool is to kind of unite a little more with some of the more established people, because there's been underground comics for a long time.
Well, I think there's a lot of emphasis being put on like the Ethan Van Sciver's and the Doug TeNaples books that are being published, I think we're going to find there's going to be one or two huge breakout successes of unknowns that's going to start bringing more attention to everything else.
Yeah, that's
You know?
what's got me excited.
Like you.
You know, I'm kind of a little bit burnt out, but then there's some really exciting stuff.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen eventually. Somebody is going to find a CG book by an unknown person, and it's going to blow up. No, it's not going to be me.
This is.
Well,
I've been surprised by like Doug Garrett's having offering a hardcover version of. It's in limited supply of his Lone Wolf anthology.
oh yeah.
And he really came up with a. I mean, it's I think the Lone Wolf was a floppy, but yeah, it was a floppy. But that was actually a really good comic book. That was one of the ones that was. Huh?
I said, don't copy that floppy.
Oh yeah. I remember that slogan for like the 1980s.
That was 90s.
Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, there's some really cool stuff, and it's not all just superheroes.
Yeah, there's gonna be a property that's gonna come along someday, and Hollywood's gonna notice it, or a studio is gonna notice it, and then it's gonna make it big, and people are gonna say, "Where did this start? Where did this come from?" And I think that's when people will where the more broader audience will pay attention to Comicsgate. You know, right now it's a lot of the people that follow the YouTubes and so forth, or they follow the big names like Ethan and Doug. You know, but. It's going to happen. It's going to happen eventually.
I really do want Airstorm Jim. Oh man, I'm so butthurt.
I don't know. Maybe one of these days, Bleeding Fool could get you a little press. You know?
Yeah, that's another book. That's one book I'd actually like to back is this new Earthworm Jim. Hopefully, it's not too late by the time I have the money because I want to back some of the smaller ones first. Like when I wanted to back Doug Garrett's before Doug TeNaples.
No.
You know, because I know Doug Garrett's a friend of mine. I think I might have I've had exchanged had a Twitter conversation with very short one with Doug TeNaples, and I like him. I'm just saying. Doug Garrett's somebody I actually know. It's an actual friend of mine. And
now, why does Cyberfrog scare Evan Von Scriber? He says Cyberfrog scares him.
I don't know. You'd have to talk to him about that.
I don't know where that came.
That book's gonna look dope, dude.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Kyle Ritter's colors.
Well, I'm looking
He's
forward
just really amazing.
I'm looking forward to Kyle Ritter's own book. Some of the art that he's put up for that has been awesome.
He's somebody he's just somebody who seems like highly underrated. I mean, like outside of CG. I mean, I think everybody within CG pretty much knows who he is, but outside of CG.
Well, like I said, it's that one breakout thing that'll come along, and then everybody will notice. So.
Oh yeah, that's a possibility. I mean, and there's an explanation too behind why he colors things a certain way. It can be quite interesting. Like, something on a page reminded him of something else. From some other comic book from some period of time, and the car was a certain color and that. So he paid tribute. It's like it seems pretty elaborate. What he?
Yeah. Oh, Evan says, how do you double your page count on a whim? Too poopy for me. I don't think he doubled his page count on a whim. I think he had said it over and over again that he had lots of material to work with. So that's like me. I've Hero, the first book, the main story is 150 pages, and then I have backup stories, and I have other stuff. I can add more. There's more that I can add that I already have done. So it's a 176-page book that can be 200 pages with just the snap of a finger. So I mean, it's not.
Thanos snap.
I Thanos
Was this,
snapped, and I doubled the page count. Well, I don't. That's not doubling the page count, but it's adding more pages. So I'm holding back, you guys. I'm holding back.
What do you think? Was that a stretch goal that he would, or did he just decide to, on a whim, to?
Oh, I don't remember. I think what happened is it just kept growing and growing and growing for him. In order to tell the story he wanted to tell, he needed to add more pages. And trust me, as somebody who's done a story before, I understand that completely.
Oh yeah, because the way you tell a story, like if you want to slow down in a moment, well, that takes up space.
Well, it's also coming at a story from an artistic standpoint. Ethan, God bless him, is not really a writer. He's just now getting into writing. So if he sat down and said, okay, I'm going to write a 24-page comic, and then he starts drawing it and realizes, oh, I need 36, 48 pages to tell this story because of what I'm doing with the art. That's just exactly. Natural. That's just
to tell the story the way you want to tell it.
That's right.
With the rhythm the beats you want,
Yeah, and well, that's also another thing another reason why I like independent comics is there's nobody out there that tells you can only do 22 pages an issue. If it takes me 16 pages to tell a chapter, it's going to take 16 pages. If it takes 36 or 86, I can do whatever I want.
86 pages per chapter.
Well, I do every issue of Hero is made up of chapters, and I do one chapter at a time. And like chapter 1 was 28 pages. Chapter 2 was like 24 pages. Chapter 3 was like 32 pages. The point is whatever amount of pages I need to tell the story I need to tell.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm just hoping you don't have any 86-page chapters.
Well, actually, no. I think the longest chapter I have is like 42 pages or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Hero is written as a graphic novel. It's not a trade collection of issues. It's written as a graphic novel. So the chapters is like reading a novel. You're reading a novel, and the first chapter is 50-something pages. Then chapter 3 is 20.
And if it only takes 10 pages to tell the next chapter, it takes 10 pages.
Oh, yeah.
It doesn't matter. But there's nobody telling you have to do each chapter in 22 pages in order to fit into a set comic format. You can do whatever you want, and I love that freedom.
Yeah,
and
that's
guess
great.
what? Guess what? Ethan's not publishing a comic. He's publishing his comic, which means if he wants to add extra pages, he wants to make it 80 pages. If he wants to make it 110 pages, he can do whatever he wants.
But he has structured it to be broken up.
Yes. But you don't have to do that. So
no, you don't have to.
I'm not holding any of that against him. Let him do whatever he wants.
No, Hero. Trust me. Andrew looked into breaking it up. Hero does not work that way.
Yeah.
Never intended it to be read as individual chapters like issues.
Well, that's
it doesn't have that rhythm.
Yeah, one of the problems I have is whenever people say, "Hey, let me see a preview of your book," I can give them the entire first chapter, and there's really nothing that happens in the first chapter other than the fact he gets his name. I mean, there's a lot of pretty art in it, and there's a lot of introduction to characters, but there's nothing that punches you in the face. Nothing that makes you go, "Oh, wow, holy cow, that's all," because that happens eventually. But in the first chapter, it's kind of introduction, setup, and that's it.
What if Todd realizes he's muted?
What's that?
He knows.
What if Todd realizes he's muted?
Yeah, he should, because his car is loud.
He's still muted. And did Ethan say yet if he is it still on Cyberfrog? Has he got pushed that back again, or is it?
No, it's at the printer or something like that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah, he's done, dude. That it's coming. Don't worry, it's coming.
Have people gotten Kelsey's book? I heard something about it. It sounded like maybe Kelsey's is coming out soon.
You mean the Jungle Adventure one?
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
I've
heard really good things about Kelsey's past work.
That's already come out at the comic shop, dude.
Yeah, I picked it up at the comic stores where I got it. So if you backed it, you'll be. If you haven't gotten it yet, you'll be getting it soon because it's already in comic shops. So
yeah.
All right, guys. I think we're gonna wrap this up for tonight. We got 4 viewers watching now, and I don't know who's out there, but thank you so much for coming in and hanging out with us. We had a good time, and thank you so much to all the people that joined the chat. Joined the panel. Lorenzo, Commodore, you guys are fantastic. Avery, Todd.
Well, thanks. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah. Glad to have you. Oh, Evan Van Scriber says, "No, I just got here. Damn it, man. We always do this to him. Every time."
Hasn't he been here the whole time?
Yeah, he's been here the whole time.
That's what I thought.
Unless he's got a twin that jumps in at the end. That's always possible. All right, everybody. Hey, does anybody got anything going on this week? At least before Wednesday, before I live stream again?
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's I don't know. I was going to go on Pope Fire stream, but then she said she had a tornado warning. So.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. So that didn't happen.
Evan says there are a lot of us Von Scribers. That I can believe. You guys are like rabbits.
Yeah, there were a lot of them in my chat before. That was very interesting and entertaining. But yeah, I don't know. I was trying to aim for Thursdays for my live stream, but it's on hiatus for now. I'm coming up with different ideas for my show.
Well, reach out when you're ready to do it again. We'll try to join if we can.
Yeah, but you guys can find me on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, just as Lorenzo Sleestack.
Check out the Sleestack, people. Check out the Sleestack. All right, Avery. Illustration Studio 7.62. If you haven't subbed to his channel, do so, because he's going to be adding more content soon. Commodore, what about you? What are you doing?
I have nothing to shill.
That's all right. Well, except if you come by the store and you say you're Commodore, you get an extra 10% off your entire purchase.
Even if you're not.
Even if you're not Commodore, that's right. Todd, you want to unmute yourself and say goodbye? No? All right. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot. Join us again Wednesday. We live stream again at 8 p.m. And if you're in Jacksonville, Florida, I know nobody out there is. But if you ever come by and you want to go check me out at my store, Misfit Corner Comics, the store, located at the Beach Boulevard Flea Market, Unit C15. And if there's a big truck in the way, it's because I blew it up and...
Oh, no. Disavow.
Pieces of truck all over the place. You never know.
Oh,
no. we got Qui-Gon Von Scriber that says he just got here. Oh, man.
Welcome,
Yes.
Qui-Gon.
Good night, everybody. Bye.